Hello people of the world. This is a video I've been needing to do for a long time. However, I haven't got the chance to do it yet because I have not really had the chance to make a video of my lift parts display in a long time. So yeah, but this display is not just lift parts. It's other interests. It's other hobbies I've got at the moment. It is a bit cluttered at the moment as we speak, but this is going to be sorted out in the near future. So hopefully stay tuned for that. First things first, this is not a lift part, but it's instead a train part. This is a TFL. It's similar, it's like DS Jumbo, but better built. And it's designed for trains. The 1996 stocks had their buttons removed on the outside. RTL 194L. That's satisfying. It does sound and feel like a lift button. So there is that piece then. Next, we've got some DMG. And the Game Boy fell down. The Game Boy clock. So next thing we have on display is my Meditson Lifton DMG call station. I know some people have the same fixture. Azuro the Fox has the same fixture. And I don't know who else, but unfortunately I used the wrong screws on it because it came with some electrical screws. And sadly, I don't know how to get these screws out. But there it is, Meditson Lifton DMG call station. This is the exact same base. The button base inside is the exact same base DMG's been using for years. DMG uses the same base on their ThyssenKrupp's fixes in America. So the micro switches and contacts underneath all this, they're the same as a ThyssenKrupp fixture. Same fixture ThyssenKrupp uses underneath, because it's all DMG. This looks like US 89, doesn't it? But it is DMG. That is the Meditson Lifton logo. It's got a galvanized aluminium back box. Very cool. So next we'll move on to something that's homemade. This was a design and technology project which I made for projects in my secondary school, because I wanted to make my own lift call station. So this is a project that I did with my design and technology teachers, and it's beautifully made. It's got an Otis micro switch button at the top, and for the fire service, it's for the fire service or independent service. I don't have to key for this. This came out of a locker that was going for scrap. Of one of those file locker things that's going for scrap. It's been cut for scrap, and therefore this here is the lock. Pretty cool, eh? So yeah, this right here is not a lift part, but it is a lock, and it sits in the lift panel because it's basically how I turn on the fire service. Put it in there. I used aluminium for the construction of this, by the way. To turn it on, to turn fire service on this, just do that. There you go, fire service is now on. And turn it back off again. Off, there you go. So that's a custom piece I made. It's got, as you can see, it's got an oak. It's got a lovely real oak back piece to it, because this came from my DT teacher's kitchen. The wood was reused from a kitchen. If I remember correctly, he was renovating his kitchen at home, and he reused the old oak to use on this project. And as you can see here, these brackets are steel, these rivets are copper, but the rivets on the side, but you can see them that well. I'll zoom in on them. Yeah, you can see there. Those rivets are aluminium rivets. They're the same rivets as what that is made of. So yeah, that's that. The next things over here aren't lift parts really, but they do lift stuff up and down. So next up we have my padlocks. I've got a Rolson padlock, which is a really cool lock. I have all my keys for my padlocks somewhere as well. It's got this type of keyway. It's full brass in construction. It's got this type of shackle. I picked it up because of this cool shackle. And here was my first ever padlock. It's a Do It Right branded padlock. And this padlock looks very much like a Master, doesn't it? It's a laminated padlock. It looks like an old Master. Looks like a vintage Master padlock. I have the keys for these somewhere as well. Yep, I had this thing since 2011. So that's an old padlock, that is. Yes, I did collect padlocks for a short time. Yes, this is no padlock. This is a Wilko 50mm laminated padlock. This padlock has a brass keyway, focus camera, and it looks very much like a Master padlock. There it gets focused. I'm willing to bet this was a Master padlock, but rebranded for the UK market or something. It does say Wilko there on top. And I do have the keys for these. Then I just received a generic laminated padlock that you can get anywhere. And this padlock, this padlock here has the exact same as a 50mm shackle. Actually, that's the key takes one of these type of keyways. And yeah, another 50mm padlock. This is something I picked up from Cornwall. It's full brass. It's beautiful. It's a Tri-Circle 260, model number 265, made in China. Padlock. Yep. And it's beautiful. It's made out of brass. It's not as good as the best padlock, I don't think, but still, this is beautiful. Very heavy padlock. It's complete brass. Next thing I've got is a hard drive, which came from my 2015 HP laptop, and it's a hard drive that contains a copy of Windows 10 on it, because I had to reinstall Windows 10 onto the Go Engage 381 laptop, because I tried MX Linux, but it wasn't for me, so I switched back to Windows 10 on that machine. So that's what that hard drive's for. I might try Linux again in the future, but these are DEL lift equipment controls. And these are, I thought these were lift controls at first, but these are actually for bin lorries. Yes, that's right, these are for bin lorries. And it looks very much like a lift control. It's got constant pressure controls. And I always used to think this was similar to a lift control. Constant pressure controls. And this kind of looks like a traffic light, doesn't it? I believe this, because it's for a bin lorry. What I'm guessing is this is for a triple lifter, and that's for a double lifter. But yes, very much like a lift, very much like a lift, very much like a lift, very much like a a lift control. I'm sure you could wire this up to a lift if you wanted to. A manually controlled lift. Next we have Dewhurst Jumbo. Yep, this is Dewhurst Jumbo. Remember that toolbox I had built for me when I was younger? Because Dewhurst was kind enough to send me some buttons for the project in 2011. Dewhurst are fantastic, by the way, guys. They're great to their team. You can see the contacts in there. These are the exact same fixtures that were used on the Merry Hill lifts before Carnot replaced it. Remember the two Schindler Iconic Vs, which had a slight modernisation. The please stand clear of the doors voice. Please stand clear of the doors. Well, these are the exact same fixtures those lifts had. And yes, they're a bit dusty because I've been away for a long time. But I'm going to wash my hand after this. The reverse buttons come apart nice and easily. They're a three-piece design. This is your, I believe it's polycarbonate. I think it's 3D printed actually, because look at that, it's got like a little, it looks like it's 3D printed. And I'm putting that over the lens, and that's actually lighting the button up. So, but there you go. That's what makes the contacts. The button presses down on these little tabs, these little micro switches, I think these are. It presses down on these little blades. These little metal things spring down and make the contact, activating the circuit. This one appears to be missing its PCB on the back of the circuit boards. To put one of these buttons back together, it's dead simple. Take your insert. That's actually cleaned it off nicely, that has. This bit still needs to clean though. You put this on here. It's dead simple. To put one of these back together, pop it on, and then clip it on, and then it's together again. Dewhurst Jumbo is the best Dewhurst. But I didn't have any of the Dewhurst Jumbo that's even big. That has the bold rim around it. This is the Dewhurst Jumbo with just the light around it. So it's basically just looks like regular Dewhurst but enlarged. Let's put those back over there. Oh, one more padlock to show you. This is a padlock that Diesel DC lost, let's say. And my grandparents gave me this lock off their shed. This padlock still unlocks. It was unseized. They managed to unseize it. This thing now locks and unlocks again. Which is really, really cool. Diesel do say you don't have I remember you used to have one of these locks just like this, but you lost it in the ocean. Shame. So I've still got one right here. That was showed. Next up, one more thing to show here. These are Otis Microtouch fixtures. That over there is an Otis Microtouch. These are Otis Microtouch as well, the European version. Big thank you to Otis Lifts Company for giving me those. I have two of them. Let me move these Hot Wheels out of the way. I have two of them. One of them was slightly used. One of them was slightly used and worn down, had like a polish finish. One was brand new. Sound nice. They're nice. They're nice. I like those. Then next up, we have some Bear fixtures here. The various bunch. These are the same fixtures. This fixture here is the same fixture Grey Church Shopping Centre used to have before it was modernised, replaced, I should say. This Dewhurst fixture. Can't remember the name of this fixture, by the way, but I know it's a nice older Dewhurst fixture. Then I have some 90s Dewhurst, some vintage Dewhurst. Might be 80s actually. It could be 80s Dewhurst. They sound so nice and satisfying to press. Sounds a bit like Dover Impulse, doesn't it? I have the full one as well. So yep, that's the 4 one. Duos PLC, March 1996, so this is indeed vintage. And if I shine a light through there, can't really see on camera, but these do light up. Yep, they do. And finally, we have another one. There's another one at the back there, same exact thing as that one. Last but not least, we have Kone Stella. Kone's version of Seaham fixtures. These are very, very rare. There's one in Birmingham, Hollywood, I think Hollywood Bowl, I think it is. Yeah, Hollywood Bowl. There's one Kone Stella there. Very rare indeed. These are really hard to find and come by. I'm not going to take these apart right now because I don't feel like it. But then it's the 2 button. The 2 button's stiffer to press for some strange reason. Yeah, cool. Then I have on here, there's my awesome Game Boy clock, which looks like a real Game Boy from a distance. And I have a spare fluorescent starter for my fleet fluorescent light. I don't think this one's been used. I think both these starters have been used now, actually, yeah, because these are neon starters. The one that came with my lights are argon. That's how you put them in. That's how you put them in. TCP starters. I was lucky to get these from Homebase before Homebase is now going to be turned into a Sainsbury's. And last but not least, next to my awesome Game Boy clock, we have my Telemechanic lift pit switch. This is a pit switch for a lift. You never ever see these unless you're an engineer, because these go in the pit. Yep, Telemechanic lift pit switch. These are clean, but it's cool, isn't it? And I have one more thing to show you downstairs. The newest additions to the I also have one more joysticks to show you there. Duest Jumbo. That's standard Duest. Standard Duest. Yep, standard Duest. The ones that you see everywhere, so. Let's go downstairs now and look at the newest additions to the collection. I'll uncover the lens. Hello, Dad.
Hello, cool. You alright, mate?
Yeah, film my lift parts display.
Cool.
Because it's long overdue for an update, so
Okay.
let's go downstairs and make the video. My newest lift parts. Pizzato. Yeah, got to do this first.
We've got a late night tomorrow, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. So let me just finish this then. This is my New Year's Eve special. My Pizzato lift control that goes in the control cabinet of a Schindler 5500. You see these in Schindler 5500s or Clemens MRL control cabinets have these in the but these also go in the pit as well. And last but not least, we have some wires for a Sigma and contact blocks for a Sigma lift button, and I have the Sigma button itself. That's right, I got some Korean lift parts. Korean Sigma lift button. Epic. Very, very rare piece to find in the UK. And I have the up button as well somewhere. I don't know where the up button is. Hopefully I didn't leave it at home back in Munsley. I doubt I did. It's probably packed away somewhere. But I have the down button, so. That's got a nice clicky action to it. My newest lift part is that Sigma lift button. And I'll show you how these work. These use a plug and play system. I'm going to show you something. Look how easy it is to put these together. Watch this. This is dead simple. Maybe I could consider getting a 9-volt battery for these or something. Make these light up. There we go. And then what these, you wouldn't see these wires because they'll be in the back, but yes, I got 2 of these. One for the up, one for the down. Yes. What these would you wouldn't see this because you'd be in the back of the all you'd see is the aluminium or stainless steel plate of the lift, and you'll see this. You wouldn't see the wires. These wires here are all I don't know my wiring well, but if I remember correctly, red is the live on these, blue is neutral. I don't know what this one does. I'm going to try and find an electrician who can put these in the 9, or I could find someone who can hook these up to a 9-volt battery. Somewhere hooking these up to 9 volts, see what colour light up and things. I'm gonna make it light up that nice reddish orange colour that Sigma lift buttons light up. So there it is, an epic piece that came all the way from Korea. Well, my dad's imported them from China, but Korea is the home of origin for Sigma lifts. So these are actually Korean lift buttons. And I don't know why these couldn't be used in the UK, because they do have the bail. Maybe one day we'll start seeing Sigma lifts in the UK. Who knows? And to disconnect the wires from the back. It's also dead simple. Just pull there, and it's out. And it's now just a standalone button. The wires go in there. Again, the button is packed away somewhere. So yeah. But that's the up down button. And last but not least, it's not the flakes, but here is an argon styler. With condenser. Want to know what? Want to see the difference between an argon and a neon styler? This is a neon styler. A neon starter lights up a reddish orange colour. And I'll do the argon styler. we go. Nice. Let's put the neon side back in though, because the neon's just cooler. So that's gonna be the end of today's video, guys. Thanks for watching, and peace. Have a good one.